All right, first-time All-Stars. Players that will be making, or hopefully, their first All-Star appearances this year. Give me one name. Let's get the party started off the right way. What's one player you think is gonna? Where's the All-Star game at this year? Where's the All-Star game at this year? You know?
I think it's in Utah.
Oh my!
Is it in Utah?
Oh my goodness! This might be the one year where players actually don't want to be at the damn All-Star game. Nasty work.
I think it is in Utah, bro.
Oh, All-Star game.
That's why they got it. That's why he trying to keep Donovan Mitchell.
Wow, just the 1 year. Wow, the 1 year it's in Utah, they're gonna end up losing their superstar. Hate to see it, man. Nasty, disgusting work. Disgusting work. Poor planning. Poor planning. Oh my goodness.
Very poor.
Yeah. First time All-Star. What player do you think will be playing in Salt Lake City during the month of, was that Valentine's Day weekend? What first time All-Stars we got?
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day weekend in Salt Lake City. Yeah.
Oh man,
that's nasty.
What a gift! What a gift!
It's crazy. People thought Cleveland was nasty.
What a gift of love! Oh man, happy Valentine's Day. Let's go to Salt Lake City and vibe.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me stop. Let me stop for that state coming and trying to whoop my ass. Never mind. Love Utah. Love Utah. Love Utah.
I mean, the obvious one for number one for me is of course Anthony Edwards. Like, I think this is a year Anthony Edwards has the potential to maybe solidify himself as not just a first-time All-Star, possibly maybe even a top 10 to 15 player in the NBA, depending on how great he does this season. I think his potential is that great. I think his ceiling is that great. He's a dog. He's a monster. 3-level best player on the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's crazy. Before we get started though, like, I know it's not saying much. Well, it should be. Somebody was like, tweeted, this was like literally just a few minutes ago. Somebody tweeted like, oh, who, like, the Rudy Gobert and Cat have a higher ceiling than Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. And I'm like, well, they're not even the best player on their team.
Come on. You like, fed into that. You fed into that.
What are we doing though? They're not even the best player on their team. Talking about high ceilings, like
that's not even a hot take. That's just boredom.
That's crazy.
That's just like, all right, let me Cat and Rudy Gobert versus Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. We're talking peak.
Yeah, but do you think who's the best player on their team to you? I think the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves. I think it's Anthony Edwards. I don't think it's not. I love Cat, but I think it's Anthony Edwards. I think it's clear.
I think it is Cat, but it can be Anthony Edwards. I think it should be Anthony Edwards. I don't think the Timberwolves know. That's the biggest problem. I don't think they know.
Yeah.
Who they're. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's people who should know, but I don't think they're clear cut. Like, oh yeah, this is our guy. I think they're probably pitching that. Well, you know, they're both very. We got a solid young core. Who is the best player? Damn, I don't have time for that.
Cat had his years to prove he was the best. This is a new era. It's Anthony Edwards.
Well, I mean,
you always gonna go with the wing over the. You always gonna go with the wing over the big, even though we know that Cat is a special type of big. So, right. But still, it's Anthony Edwards' team to me.
You started off with that easy lay of going with Anthony Edwards. I mean, that's the obvious choice. I'm not mad at it. I understand. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, that's another easy lay.
That's an accurate agenda. I'm gonna go for me. Number one, I'm gonna go with Mr. Tyler Herro. Out of South Beach. It's nasty. It is.
Number one, the first out of all these guys. On the list that I sent you, like number one, that's
that's because first of all, he also has the highest chance of winning basketball games. And to be clear, we all know that winning plays a huge part into making the All-Star game. And if you're losing, the higher your stats need to be. So unless someone out there is acting, no disrespect, but like Trae Young and putting up nasty numbers, but your team is losing, I don't expect, you know what I'm saying, some players to really get that nod. So at least I'm not saying Tyler's going to give me 40 a night, but I can pretty much assure you he's going to be winning basketball games. I don't know if these other players will be doing that.
Pat Riley told him, he's like, I think I've earned the right to start. It's about to be my 4th or 5th year in the league. And Pat Riley said, come down there, come to training camp and earn it. So I'm sorry.
What you think Pat Riley's going to say?
I love Tyler Herro, but if that's not even a lock after your 4th, what is this? It's 4th season in the NBA. I can't get on that. I just don't. Winning games or not, I'm not getting on that.
I'm not getting on that. I would love to hear.
He's in a conversation.
Right, of course. First of all, none of these players are locks. That's the reason why this is their number one All-Star game. Yeah. So there's no such thing as a lock for who's going to make their first one. If they were a lock, they would have been an All-Star. So none of these guys.
It's just some names that could have been mentioned, even with winning aside.
Is Anthony Edwards a lock?
He's more so a lock to Tyler Herro.
Cool. Is he a lock though?
This year, I'll say he'll lock this year.
Okay. I'm with that. I'm with the statement.
I'll say Anthony Edwards is a lock to go to the All-Star game this year. I think he's making that jump. I think he's a lock. If nobody else is on a lock on this list, I'll say Anthony Edwards is.
I'm with it. Say that. All right. So you got Anthony Edwards. I said Tyler Herro. Who do you have next? First time All-Stars. Wow.
It's a tough position in the West. SGA.
So okay, go ahead. And let me explain my reaction real quick. If I'm sitting here talking about winning,
go ahead.
and then you talk about SGA and all the shit you just said about OKC, what's the problem with me saying Tyler Herro? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I respect it, but I'm saying SGA as a injury replacement. I think he's going to put up numbers.
What are we doing?
I think he's going to put up numbers. I think he's going to be one of those guys where you look at the Western Conference and think about like all the talented players of like, yo, who can replace somebody? And then you start looking down that list. I'll say SGA. So that's why I got SGA number 2.
You should have just left it at picking SGA. You add no SGA. Injury replacement.
Hey, SGA. You don't want to talk about wins and losses and this and that. So I'm gonna throw in injury replacement. There's some guys that made the All-Star game for the first time as an injury replacement.
Which is
Devin Booker made it his first All-Star game as an injury replacement.
He did.
Come on now.
It did. Very true. But I wouldn't.
And the Suns was nasty
prior
to
the season. I wouldn't say, you know what, I think he can make it, but only if he's the 13th guy on the selection. So watch this.
If the All-Star game
if
the All-Star game is based on how I feel, it'll be strictly guards.
Yeah, we know. You'd have a team of 11 guards and Jokic. I
had the best players. I have the best players on the All-Star game each and every year.
Would SGA still be in the All-Star game though?
That's tough. That's a tough
question.
That's a tough question. This is why this is first time. So probably not. Probably not. All right, go ahead.
All right, so let me ask you this though: how much would SGA need to average in order to make the All-Star game?
26, maybe 26 may not even be enough. But I can see 26. I can see 26, 7 and 5 this year. I can see big numbers for SGA. Ain't nobody OKC. Get the.
I'm about to say. I tell you what. He's sure gonna have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Yeah. It's gonna be a whole lot of usage for him. So hey, he'll have the numbers. But like I said,
two is a little high. He's in my top 5 though. 2's a little high.
I'm not mad. I mean, talent-wise, SGA is still there. Like I think if you put him on different teams, there could be a strong case for him to make the All-Star.
That's just 2 players. Right. We'll list our top 5 in order after it's over with. How about that?
Okay. Number 2.
Doesn't matter. So because I think you're gonna readjust where Tyler Herro's at. So
I'm not adjusting a damn thing. I'm good with because I like winning basketball games, even though that's probably gonna go against the name I'm getting ready to say next. But this player is a winner. I don't know about the team, but the player that I'm getting ready to say is a winner. He's a champion, as a matter of fact. He's fresh off also going to the Western Conference Finals. And that name is Jalen Brunson.
Ooh, that's
first time All-Star.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Jalen Brunson. He's in a new situation, right? He's hopefully it works out well for him, not just because I'm rooting for him, but there's a history when it comes to New York Knick point guards as of lately. Hate to say it, including Kemba. But just, real recognized real. They just gave him the contract. He'll have more opportunity. The disrespect, I feel like, was there in terms of a lot of people saying, well, Luka brought a team full of, what to the Western Conference Finals. I think this would be a great opportunity for Jalen to show the world. He's really like that. He's in New York. Feel me? The lights will be on him. It'll be a good opportunity. I think he'll have a better chance of winning more than SGA. He's in the Eastern Conference. So yeah, I mean, he won't have to worry about having to defer to Luka. Like I said, he's already a champion. He's smart. He has high IQ. I'm going to go Jalen Brunson. Now, it's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy for any of these guys.
What you mean he already a champion? What ring he got?
Nova. What you think I'm talking about the NBA Finals? Nova, come on now. Like I said, real recognize real. Real recognize real.
Okay. I think I like that. I like that pick for it's crazy because we had a podcast talking about who's the number one option on the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson or RJ Barrett. I think either one of them is like a toss-up. I think Jalen Brunson, if the Knicks are having a successful year, I think Jalen Brunson could go to the All-Star game for the first time. I think RJ Barrett could go to the All-Star game for the first time. So since you said Jalen Brunson, I'm gonna say RJ Barrett because I feel like RJ Barrett is gonna have to be the number one option on the New York Knicks. And I think if he's not the number one option and there's no trades that go on with Donovan Mitchell or any other trades with the New York Knicks, I would feel like that's a massive like letdown in his development. So I think RJ Barrett is gonna have an excellent season. So if the Knicks are playing successful during the time of February, because we know you can play good during the time of February and get to the All-Star game and then tailor off. So I'll say probably RJ Barrett. So
that would be dope though if RJ gets there, especially this early in his career. Because a lot of people have been talking about Ja and Zion.
Year 3 is a big year.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's like those are like the only guys that really get talked about from that draft class, the 1 and 2. But people forget, like, there was RJ was like projected to go number 1.
Yeah.
Like before that year of the draft. And so it's like, I mean, obviously Zion and Ja have done some amazing things, but just because RJ may not have entered the league and played at their pace, folks may have gone like, well, he's still cold, right?
Yeah,
I think he can still, and it'd be cool to see him in. It'd be cool to see him in. Also a winner. I mean, maybe not, championship I do, but also a winner. But for me, I would say, so you got RJ.
Got RJ, I got
Shea,
Anthony Edwards and Shea so far. We can go 6.
Yeah, that's cool. I got a name, but I don't really know if he's going to be winning basketball games either. I hate to say it, but.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, I feel like this is a lay, but I also feel like I can do better as a human being, but I also don't care. I'm going to go with De'Aaron Fox. I'm praying for that brother in Sacramento, man. I really am. I'm saying it like he's injured or some shit, but just like for real, hopefully they can win some basketball games. Hopefully they can make the play-in. Hopefully, him and Sabonis can get, some exciting time in Sacramento. At least get an All-Star, right? Like put on a show. It'll be cool to see one of the fastest players in the league play in the All-Star game. But yeah, if I had to choose another one, I would go De'Aaron. He's overdue. I know. It sucks too because obviously the market that you're in, whether people want to admit it or not, plays a huge factor into your overall, chances of getting to the game. Let's just call it spade a spade. So him being in Sacramento, not really the largest of markets, but so him not being in a great market, in addition to his team not winning, that's same case with SGA. But hey, he has a talent. I will say that, right? Like as an individual, he definitely has a talent to keep up, obviously, with players in the All-Star game. But we just got to get you to win some games, De'Aaron. But I'm gonna go De'Aaron. Is there anyone that we're missing? Is there anyone that you feel like
De'Aaron Fox
has been left off the list?
De'Aaron Fox is it's crazy because I'm acting like the Sacramento Kings right now. I just hit the record button a couple minutes ago for the garage. acting doing some poverty things right now. They're doing some poverty things, but no, De'Aaron, for people that don't know, it's just like when we're doing this, we're on Zoom, we have other devices we got to turn on and record and stuff like that. But
hey, what episode are we on? What is it, 118?
Nah, not that. We ain't that far. But De'Aaron Fox, are we that far? It's not no 118.
This is like 114 or like 113 or something. It's all good. Go ahead.
Okay. I've lost count. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox, I think that's a perfect name. I was going to pick him, but you already picked him. De'Aaron Fox is cold, like you said, super fast, super quick, lightning quick, up and down the basketball court, a one-man fast break. I think, like I said, last podcast, I think he can have a bounce-back year for the Sacramento Kings and also just for himself. And I think the Kings are a sleeper. I think if this is the year to, like, at least make the play-in team, like, come on now. Like, they got Sabonis.
Come on, big fella.
They got Fox. Like, let's at least make the play-in team. So if his numbers are right and they're competing and he's having he's being the main factor for them having some type of success up to potentially like February, like he can sneak in there. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he snuck into the All-Star game. So I like that pick. So what's that, 4 for you?
I got 3. Those are my 3. We got a total of 6.
Okay.
Yours was what? Shea, Anthony Edwards,
Okay,
RJ.
yeah, okay.
I had Jalen, De'Aaron, and Tyler.
Okay, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I'm gonna say Tyrese Maxey. You talk about winning. I think the Philadelphia Sixers are gonna win ball games. I think they're gonna be up there, floating around that top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. Based on last season, like you said, Theus, from now on, I still love James Harden, but I'm basing everything off of what I just saw when we talk about guys taking a huge kind of dip unpredictably. Like we didn't think James Harden was gonna have this big of a dip, but I know he's been hurt and stuff like that. But Tyrese Maxey was probably their second best player in the playoffs. So if Tyrese Maxey keeps developing, also he's going to continue to get easy and open looks because James Harden's playing the point guard position. So who knows? Maybe he goes from that 21 points per game to that 25 points per game, and has a dominant season. So I can see Tyrese Maxey maybe make some noise and possibly go into his first All-Star game this year.
I hope he does. I mean, everyone obviously is paying attention to James and Joel Embiid, but Tyrese is tough. And it's funny. Yeah. The next person I'm going to say, I don't believe he's made an All-Star game yet. But they play very similarly. / they were in talks to get traded for one another. CJ McCollum.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How soon we had forgotten.
Yeah.
How soon we forgot. It's crazy.
Everyone that we named was what, 25 and under?
Yeah, not even 25, basically damn near 20, 23 and under.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, CJ.
That's a great one.
If we get a healthy Zion, right? BI is BI. You toss more chemistry in the mix with CJ adding another year, another offseason with him to the Pelicans. They're having a good season. They have a good run. I would love to see CJ make the All-Star game. Now, the thing is, though, even if I say that out loud, the Pelicans, that would mean the Pelicans would probably have 3 All-Stars. Because I don't see CJ being an All-Star, but Zion not. Right? I don't see CJ if they're healthy, of course, right? I don't see CJ being an All-Star, but BI is not. Yeah. So in order for them to really have 3 All-Stars, that would mean they would have to have a fantastic season and probably have a top 4 seed.
Take that lead. Take that. This year's the year.
Hey.
I said it last month. This year's the year.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. This is the year. They're also, they're also not 37. They're also not
they've been a little,
CJ isn't old, and BI and Zion isn't.
I'm talking about collectively of a unit, if they stay healthy. I think it's kind of, I feel like the New York Pelicans are going to do what the Phoenix Suns kind of did. When they went to the bubble and they won all those games and they were playing well, and people are talking about the Phoenix Suns, are a sleeper team to get into the playoffs. Even last year, people were talking about, even with Zion being out the whole year, they still made it to the playoffs. And in that following year, what did the Phoenix Suns do? They came back and surprised everybody, even though they got Chris Paul, and surprised everybody now we're here. They took a huge leap. I feel the same way about the New York Pelicans if everybody's healthy. And we saw what CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram did, taking, the number 1 seed to 6 games. So it's just I feel like the same thing can possibly happen with the New York Pelicans for us, a massive, if everybody's healthy, a huge jump. Nobody thinks they can be a top 4 seed, jumping into that top 4 seed because they're extremely talented. And they got defenders too. They got guys that can defend as well. Jones, that boy, he don't score the ball, but a boy can defend. So they got some players in New Orleans.
They got 3 guys that I feel like can give you 30 on. I won't like to say any given night with these guys, but they got some scores. You know what I'm saying? They got guys that can put the ball in the hoop. So that's obviously good. And you kind of work from that. And if they had Zion in that first round, they're beating the Suns. They're beating the Suns.
Yeah, that's nasty behavior.
And especially if it's without Book, right? You toss Zion in the mix, and then Suns without Book. Yeah, we're getting active. But yeah, so all right, so let's recap. Right, name your 4 first-time All-Stars, and I'll name my 4.
All right, so far I have Anfernee Simons, I have SGA, I have Tyrese Maxey, and I have RJ Barrett.
Okay. So my first-time All-Stars for this upcoming season, I have Tyler Herro, I have Jalen Brunson. I have CJ McCollum. And last but not least, I have De'Aaron Fox. Those are my 4, and I'm sticking to it. Those are my 4. I like my 4.
That 4. We're not doing 2 more. We're doing 2 more.
Oh, we can. Yeah.
Doing 2 more. 2 more.
Well, damn, how many players haven't made the All-Star game?
2 more. Yeah, that's an 8. 8. Let's round out to 10.
You want 2 more each?
No, I said no, 1 each. Like, let's round out to 10.
Okay, yeah.
1 out to 10. Like, just 10 total. Like, and then you got to 5. Like, 5 each for me, 5 each for you. It's up to you. You go. I just won, right?
I'm trying to think of No, you only got 4, unless you named the 5th one.
No, I didn't even name a 5th one. I'm gonna say another team that I feel like that can be really good. I don't know if they're gonna be this good enough to like possibly get this player into the All-Star game, but this brother is cold. Like Cade Cunningham, I think he's a dual forward. He can do a lot of great things. He got some help coming on the way. I think this may be the year. Next year probably be a little bit more certain, or have a better chance for him to probably go out and reach the All-Star game, because I feel like his team is, this year may struggle a little bit. But you never know. Like, it's the Eastern Conference, the wing position is only Giannis, Kevin Durant, Chris Middleton, Cade. You never know. Like, it's a chance. It's a chance. It's a chance for Cade.
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to the whole winning situation. The future is definitely bright in Detroit. I will say that. But getting there now, you know what? Another name. Oh, okay. Dang, I got 2 of them.
Yeah,
I got 2 of them.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Who do you think I'm going to say? I'll say the other one. Whoever, if you get it right.
I think he was gonna say Scotty Barnes.
No. He's fresh off winning the rookie year. Shout out to Scotty though. Shout out to Scotty. That'd be cool though. Get a second-year player in the All-Star game.
Toronto will win. I think Toronto will win this year.
Absolutely. Scotty is a terrific two-way player as well. Right, it's not just putting the ball in the hoop. Terrific two-way player.
Yeah, look at Giannis. Look at Giannis having disciples. Man,
you proud of him. Like, good job.
I ain't never think that was gonna happen. It's crazy.
It's like that for a lot of people. I'm sure it was like that for Steph, and now we're seeing
that's true.
Similar plays now in Trae Young. Yeah. So I mean, and I'm sure there's another.
Draymond. We just talked about Draymond.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
so it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Jerami Grant. Jerami Grant made the All-Star game?
No.
I was gonna say DeAndre Ayton, but I feel like that was kind of a lay. So I'm gonna say Jerami Grant.
No, I didn't think DeAndre wasn't a lay. He should make the All-Star game.
That's why I didn't want to say him, because he probably should have.
He should.
You're the third best player on a championship caliber team.
Need to be second.
No. Facts.
Needs to be second.
Yeah, facts.
Needs to be second.
Yeah. It's time to let Chris relax. It's time to let Chris, just really. No, that's not an insult.
No,
it's similar to the Lakers situation. It's like, all right, it's time to let LeBron relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Call me when you need me. But in a regular season, let your vets rest, and then when it's time to, playoff time, then let's get active. But But anyway, back to Jerami Grant. I'm gonna say Jerami Grant. Him now playing with.
Are you saying that the Portland Trail Blazers are going to be somewhat decent this?
I don't know where you heard that. I didn't hear that through my headphones at all. I said Jerami Grant to the All-Star game. That has nothing to do with being decent.
You say you like winning. In order to be in the All-Star game, in order for him to be considered, they going to have to win.
Hey, I also said De'Aaron Fox. So we're here.
De'Aaron is a face of a franchise. Yeah. SGA's a face of a franchise. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different when you're a face of a franchise. You kind of like a star. You kind of get that nod in the injury replacement, stuff like that. Jerami Grant and the Portland Trail Blazers is going to have to win for him to be considered All-Star.
Jerami Grant is a pretty good ball player. I mean, I know you know that, but
he is a pretty good ball player. But he's not like those guys. He's not an SGA or De'Aaron Fox. Nowhere close. I like Jerami Grant a lot. He's nowhere close. Nowhere close.
I want to know if Jerami Grant is one of those players when he's better as a number 1 or number 2 option.
He's better as number 3.
No, don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. Let's not.
He's better as number 3. Because he's better than number 3.
If you're good enough to make Team USA, I mean that ain't They ain't just handing out random invites, because some players ain't get the invite. Let's talk about it. Not everybody got to go to the table.
And let's not go there, because it's.
I'm just saying. I'm not lying though. I'm not lying, though.
It's built on team construction. It ain't built on the best players.
Very true.
Trae Young, because let me tell you something. Trae Young or Jerami Grant. So, and they needed a point guard that year. So let's not get crazy.
You are absolutely right.
Let's not make it seem like just because he went to the Team USA, like, you know,
I'm just saying.
It's a lot of players that went to Team USA. I can't think of it on the top of my head, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's a lot of players that was on a gold medal team that you like, okay, now. Hey.
I'm just saying, that's a part of my man's resume. That's all it is. I ain't saying that I'd rather have him than Trae Young. I'm just saying, if you make Team USA, that says something.
He's a great two-way wing that got to blossom his offensive capabilities and show what he can do in Detroit. Exactly. And now he's coming over to the Portland Trailblazers to be the third option. Because let me tell you something. Yes, after Dame and Simons. Is he better than Simons? Like, come on now. I really don't. If that and you see that, if that's a question, if that's even a question, don't even compare him to though. Don't even compare him to Fox and SGA. If that's a question, if your question, if he's better than Simons, Simons just got busy this year. That's what I'm saying. No, come on.
I'm not asking that question. You're here saying if you gotta ask, I don't gotta ask. I'm comfortable with my decision.
You comfortable with who being better than who?
So who do you think it has a better chance?
Who's better than who? Who's better than who?
I would take Jerami Grant over Simons. Who do you think has
probably because he's a wing, but not because he's overall better?
Who do you think has a better chance of making the All-Star game? Jerami Grant or Simons?
I mean, Grant, because it's a guard heavy league.
Then what are we doing here?
It's hard to make it the All-Star game as a guard.
If the question we are answering is
fine.
Who can be a first-time All-Star, then I'm gonna say
that's
Grant.
Fine. But you said don't do that. Like I said something so crazy that Jerami Grant is better at being a number 3 on a team. Last time he was a number 4 on the team, that was the best. That was the best like team situation he's been in with the Denver Nuggets.
I don't think he'll be number 3. And shout out to Simons. I know Brad just got paid, but I don't think he'll be the number 3.
He's a great number 3 on a championship team. If the Lakers had Jerami Grant, you would probably feel more comfortable right now playing the number 3 role with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Jerami Grant. You don't want him as your number 2. If the Denver Nuggets had Jerami Grant, is he better than Michael Porter Jr. at that 3 role? Because that's what Michael Porter Jr. is playing right now. No, that's another team. That's a no. If the let's say let me think. Let's see. The Boston Celtics. He's a number 3. Number 3. I probably have him number 3 after Marcus Smart. New York Knicks. Here's another one. New York Knicks. Is he a number 2 on the New York Knicks? Is he a number 2 on the New York Knicks?
I'll answer your question in a second, but I need to make sure
that's what
Celtics fans confirm that what you just said. He's a number 3 after Jalen Brown. You said Marcus Smart. No, you said Marcus Smart though. I just want to backtrack, confirm that. No, don't say yes. After Jalen Brown. All right, now that that's out the way. You said the Knicks.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Jerami Grant.
You can make the case that he'd be the number 1 option here.
Yeah, and that's a nasty number 1. That's a nasty.
It's not easy.
We just
to
saw
be
him
option.
Exactly. We just saw him do it with Detroit. Now, granted, he was hurt his second year that he was with Detroit, but all I'm saying is like he's not a true number 1 option. He's the perfect number 3 on a championship team, and he's a perfect number 2 on maybe a playoff contender team. Maybe.
If you're going to run with that agenda, I can say that same thing about SGA and De'Aaron. They're not winning anything.
But that's not.
But what?
That's not.
What's different?
It's a big difference because of how their teams are constructive and what their teams are trying to do. Like, it's not like we can't sit up and say.
I'm sorry. Are there 5 All-Stars in Detroit that I don't know about? Is Jerami Grant running with the bad boys that I don't know about? What's the difference? Don't make it seem like Detroit has been rolling out Bron, KD, and Giannis. What are we doing here?
It's a big difference because you can swap off De'Aaron Fox and SGA and put them at a number 2 role on title contending teams, and they probably would be going to the finals. You do that with, put it like this. Let me ask you a question. Swap Russell Westbrook for De'Aaron Fox. That's a championship caliber team to me. You swap Russell Westbrook with
That's not what
Jerami
you said.
Grant.
You said number 2 option. Russ isn't a number 2. right now on the Lakers.
Okay,
You said number 2.
Let me
Swap
find me a
him
number
with
2.
Kyrie Irving. Swap him with Chris Middleton. Those are number 2 options.
Okay, there you go. Swap Fox with Kyle Lowry down there in Miami. That's a number 2. That's a championship team.
That's not the same thing.
That's a championship team. Yes, it is, because if you swap Tyler Herro with Jerami Grant, that don't do much. Like it don't really do much. It helps you defensively, yeah, some offensively, yeah, but it don't do much. So that's what I'm saying. Like I just gave you one right there. Yeah, SGA. Swap SGA with let's think of the number 2 team.
Yeah. Who? Would James Harden?
I'm trying to think. I feel better. I feel more comfortable. I feel more comfortable with that than Jerami Grant as a number 2. I tell you that much. So
it's not.
So,
that gap isn't as wide as I feel
crazy.
like you're making
They're
out
crazy
to
as
seem.
hell.
Especially too, given your reasoning. Had De'Aaron and SGA won some
hell.
basketball games, sure.
It ain't all about basketball games, but your team is trash.
I forgot what I was talking
roster
to.
is constructed.
Mister, I don't give a damn about winning.
That's crazy.
Mister, hey, as long as you can score, we good.
My eyes,
put the ball in the hoop. Come on, big guy.
My eyes tell me it's a big gap between SGA and Fox and Jerami Grant. That's what my eyes tell me. I don't know what your eyes tell you, but that's my eyes tell me. And I'm looking at talent, I'm looking at skill set. Give me those 2 guys as my number 2 option. You got a better chance of winning championship than you putting Jerami Grant on it as your number 2 option.
Well,
or number 3.
You know what they all have in common?
That's just the truth.
None of them have been to an All-Star game. So that's the whole point of I'm not lying. I'm not lying. That was the whole point of all this. What? Who's my what?
Was that your 5th? Did we do 5?
Yeah, I even gave you an extra. DeAndre, if you wanted.
Who's your 5?
My 5 players for the 5th time.
This guy's crazy.
Tyler Herro, Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox. That's so crazy. One of the names I said was De'Aaron Fox. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, my 5 were Tyler Herro, Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Jerami Grant, DeAndre Ayton, and DeAndre Ayton was my 6th. I forgot who my other 5th person was.
CJ McCollum.
How the hell? Yeah.
CJ McCollum. Okay. You gave me DeAndre Ayton as an extra. Do I get an extra? Shit, since we just
go right ahead.
Throwing out.
They better be better than Jerami Grant though. The way you're talking. My goodness, the shade. And mind you, we sit here talking about non-All-Stars. You would think we talking about Broadman being the best player in the world. We talking about players who have not stepped foot in the All-Star game, players who ain't been to the damn playoffs, but Jerami Grant catching strays. My goodness, this brother put on Team USA.
He catching
strays.
He catches strays when you trying to say he's a better player than SGA and Fox. I just can't. I can't. No.
I'm just saying there hasn't been anything. And again, I'm not saying defending Jerami Grant to the death. Like, all right, I definitely have him over De'Aaron Fox and SGA. But it also ain't no like, hell no. We ain't talking about Trae Young. It ain't like we talking about Anthony Edwards. Come on,
yes,
man.
It is.
Come on now. I love both of them. I love both of them. But I need something. Meet me halfway. Okay, I'm tired of just watching League Pass. Play in May. Please. Please play it when it's warm out. Please.
It's a hell no.
Come on now. Come on. That ain't too much to ask.
It's a hell no to me.
Well, the team sucks. I'm aware.
It's a hell no to me. I'll give you a last one. Kristaps Porzingis. I think if Washington Wizards have a better, healthy year this year, maybe can compete. I think if Kristaps is healthy, you never know. Like, first time All-Star.
Well, I don't have much to say about Kristaps. Hopefully his better days are not behind him. I know a lot of Knicks fans would enjoy that, but I mean, he's still 7'3" big that can shoot threes. Like that's
support, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not mad at it. I thought you were gonna say the other Wizard and Kyle Kuzma, but I'm not mad at Kristaps making a choice. You know,
that could have been another one.
Not mad at it.
It should be. It's like the Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett. Like it could be either or.
Right.
Maybe possibly Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis.
Right.
Now that's more closer.
Okay.
That's
more
more closer.
If you put what is this, 12 players? If you put these 12 players in a pool, or hell, on a damn team, outside of Anthony Edwards and maybe DeAndre Ayton. After that, no, I'm not gonna put Chris Apps in the same conversation as SGA and D'Angelo. But my point is, it ain't like,
you're crazy.
This definitely the alpha dog. Oh, this definitely the dude that's precarious. Outside of those two dudes,
you crazy.
And even if CJ get hot on a certain day,
you crazy. Let me tell you something. When you doing a draft, the top 12 players, let me tell you something. Jerami Grant is getting, and he's getting picked towards that. He's getting picked to that. And that's crazy because you making it. And I talk about Jerami Grant and his impact. I want him on the Lakers. I want him on a lot of teams. And he's in Portland right now. He's about to be buried. You know what? This I may be wrong because he may go to Portland. He may put up stats. Because they're going to be losing. Somebody got to score. So I may be wrong. So we may come back. He may be averaging 23 points. And then people going to be looking like, damn, like, he had some all-star. He looked like he's a potential all-star. And I'm going to be like, well, somebody got scored up there.
No. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
In rainy Portland.
I don't want to hear that.
In rainy Portland.
I don't want to hear that.
In rainy Portland.
I don't want to hear that. When Jerami Grant starts playing well and has, a couple 30-point performances, I don't want to hear, well, somebody got to score. I don't want to hear that. I don't.
No, he's a problem.
I do not.
He's just not better than Fox or SGA.
I do not. Because that energy would not be the same when SGA is doing that shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't.
SGA ain't got Dame on his team.
It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter.
So the players you have on your team matter.
This is
true.
What
are you talking about? We talk about Devin Booker.
Very
the
true.
Players on your team matter.
So if Jerami Grant goes out and scores 30 with Dame on his team, we might say, well, damn, the pressure ain't the same because he has Dame. But if he goes out and scores 30 without Dame, well, shit, he ain't got nobody else to pass to. He got to score. So it's going to be whatever.
My problem is
so I don't want to hear he's 30 is 30.
He's not a first option. He's not a first. That's fine. He's not a first option. He's not a second option. He's really a third option on a great team. That's what you want.
So if you make that case, if you make that case, apparently none of these dudes are number one options. If we really want to take it there, because what are we defining as number one option? The ability to score the ball? This is the NBA. 90% of these dudes are number one options. But if we're saying the number one option on a playoff team, technically, none of them are, or at least the ones we're talking about. Come on, like.
I'm not gonna let you slide with that bullshit because we've seen Devin. Because team situations matter. As soon as a player of don't let. I hope the Sacramento Kings make the playoffs this year. I really do.
So do I.
I really do because it's when you're a great young player and they actually start building around you and building a great team, then it's just like, oh my God, we're winning. Like, oh,
what is this feeling?
Devin Booker is not putting up. Devin Booker is great. That's what casuals do. Same thing with SGA. If the Oklahoma City Thunder was actually saying, you know what, instead of absorbing all these draft picks, we're going to go out and try to actually trade for some players that can play right now and actually build around SGA. And then people will say, oh shit, SGA has a team. SGA is really damn good. The same shit happened to Zach LaVine. Like, as soon as Zach LaVine got some help, like, God damn, like, Zach LaVine is really cold. Like, it's the same exact thing. But nobody's doing that for Jerami Grant. I am sorry. I am sorry. It's no way, like, in hell that anybody's doing that for Jerami Grant. That's all I'm saying. Like, it may suck that I'm saying this, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Cap or no cap. Yeah, that was gonna be kind of heavy. I don't want to do that as my cap or no cap.
Save it for another time.
No, it was yeah. We'll save cap no cap for it. But yeah, y'all know what to do. All right, subscribe to No Pump Fakes. All right, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as YouTube.
Brown or something.
Subscribe.
Shit's crazy. That's crazy. Like,
subscribe to No Pump Fakes on YouTube,
Tracy McGrady,
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So no, I'm not going to say anything else. All right, y'all. Peace. This man is crazy.
You're insane.
What's up, y'all? It's Theus McBee. Make sure you go follow No Pump Fakes on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts.